The route is,
It's a new route.
that's an ordinance, yeah,
But
that's,
We need to, okay, I apologize.
No, that's okay.
I thought we need to do something about that.
I agree, Clark. I remember when it used to go down
Around the loop.
in front of the mayor's house and go out to the fairgrounds, and then people in my neighborhood could go without going downtown.
Yeah, and even, you know, for seating areas, because I've heard of people, I hear it every year, they're stacked 4 deep, 3 deep, 4 deep on the streets, and they just, so if it's our deal, then we need to change that. And if nothing else for that parade,
Chief and I can visit about that.
Yeah,
It was,
Number one.
had good intentions.
Number one, it's gonna be whomever's applying for it, whether it's the chamber or it's the Ice Cream Days Committee. They would have to address it. The mayor is the one that actually approves or denies the parade. We would look at it. Obviously, if we extend it, we're gonna need more help, and whoever is putting on the parade has to come up with more volunteers for the intersections.
The goal of the original plan was we have a number of parades in town, and they all thought they could go the same route as each other, and you'd have a small, let's say, 4th of July parade that took up all these intersections, and we needed police force and volunteers to police each of these intersections, so we tried to compress the route. This case, I think we probably need to.
well, my understanding too
something else.
is that we were trying to not have as many gaps in it so that there's not cars and people trying to get in the way. It's just mostly safety.
Sure.
So,
And maybe it can't be, but I know that but I'm thinking that we, on TV, we capitalize on it as an event to go to, and I just constantly get multiple complaints each year that thing is just too packed. So I'm not saying one size fits all on all these parades, okay? And I think that can be conveyed too. If it's the Bulldogs parade, they've got a limited audience, okay? Versus bringing people in from Cherokee and Spencer and Des Moines
Sure.
to see this parade.
Right.
So I think it's something we need
Mark,
to.
I think the Ice Cream Days has already set their first meeting,
Yeah, I left early.
so, and we'll have another one soon, so. that's
Yeah, I think it needs to be
something
visited, that's all.
Yeah, I can bring it up to the executive committee that does it.
I would like it to go in front of my house again.
I would like it to go in front of your house, because then it's a block from my house.
I'll tell Mark.
But I mean,
I'll call the Eagle in.
Yes.
like an Eagles game, that's pretty cool.
How do you spell
But like, policing intersections
Yeah.
does not have to be police, correct?
Every intersection for the 12 blocks has to have 2 people or a person on each side all the way
But
down.
it doesn't have to be a
Police officer, no.
No, we get volunteers to do that.
I mean,
They have the best seat in the house.
I'm guessing fire would help us out on that. I'm guessing, you know. But anyway, the bottom line is, we need to improve that parade.
Yep.
Done, I'll drop it.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay.
Thanks, Lori, and thanks to your 70 volunteers. That's an incredible number, so.
Oh, we got one.
And then we have CVB.
Hi,
Hello.
Jessica Brown Miller, Lamar CVB. Hang on here. All right, so my 2024 report. Starting off with promotion that came through my office. Now, when I say promotion, these are paid promotions, so it doesn't include any of the freebies or anything like that we do like on socials and the website. So first one is our facilities ads, and they've been running, they still are running actually, through till this summer. So I don't know if you've seen it, but I sure have, because I hear my voice 400 times a day. I know. So I'll be glad when those turn off again. They still are the ones that have all 3 of our facilities, so obviously with some of the plans that we have going on, we will need to look at redoing those at some point once our facilities are updated. So it's a great ad if you haven't seen it. Stop by my office. I have a copy. You can download it if you want. Next is the Lamar's Bridal Expo. We do that every year. The 2024 one was still at the convention center, so pretty typical. 100, 125 brides is kind of standard for what we see come through there. We have a booth there, hopefully trying to pick up some more rentals for our facilities. I usually say if I get at least one, then it is paid for itself. So yeah, kind of hit or miss on how many you pull out of there or not. We also did the 101 Things to Do for spring, summer. We also sponsor or do a sponsorship for ice cream days in addition to what we do for our grant with them. So I do not personally do the ads or any of the placements for that. That is a whole separate team that does that, but we sure do pay for them. Same thing with the Plymouth County Fair. That is a partnership that in addition to what we grant them for the event, we spend additional hotel motel dollars on promoting that event. We are also part of Western Iowa Tourism, and they do a guide every year. So we go through, and this year it was very heavy for trails and camping and things like that. So just making sure that all of that information is current and updated. That organization is probably no longer going to be around. Their executive director passed away last fall, so I'm not sure that that will even move forward anymore. The other two regions, Eastern Iowa has actually already been done for a couple years, and Central and Western were the last two that were still sort of in play in that model. So a lot of it is now directed directly through the state office. Northwest Iowa Review Pre-Holiday Guide, we are very heavy fall or holiday promos. So you've got Pioneer Village, your Christmas in Hometown, which is another event that we do a sponsorship for. We also do, along with that sponsorship in the CVB office where I used to be located, we do host the kids craft that is in there. So this last year we had somewhere between 500 and 600 kids come through, and they make the little ornaments, and it's all free to them, so they have a great time. Let's see, we continuously ran Siouxland Proud digital ads as well, and then we did purchase myself, the Browns, the ice cream parlor, and Christmas in Hometown ice cream days. Purchased a full page ad this year in the new travel guide for 2025. So that is, if you see there, that first Life is Sweet section there, right underneath of it, that is the ad that we put together. So that is in the current ad. If you'd like one, I have 7 cases, so take some with you. I ordered 3 and they sent me 7, so I'm not quite sure how that happened. But we have plenty, so if you've got any businesses too that would like some, I have a lot to go around. I also am your city's webmaster, I should say. So anything that goes up on the website, that is me that is doing that. So if there are things that you see that are out that are incorrect, Rob, you said you found a typo, which I was laughing because I'm like, that piece hasn't been probably physically touched or changed in 3 years. So I'm like, has meeting's been spelled wrong, or was it community?
Community.
Yeah, I'm like, has community been spelled wrong for 3 years? Oh my gosh. So anyway, all of those, everything for the website comes through me. So if you see anything, you need anything, changed, added, whatnot, I'm your gal. I also do all of your social media channels. So the main 3, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or X. And then just kind of for your entertainment, the things that people are really paying attention to or looking at on those sites. Kevin, you'll be happy to know that the Rec Trail Volunteer Program was the #2 thing on our Instagram account last year, so a lot of interest there. Actually, PD, everybody looks at whatever's got with the PD on there, so, and fire. So people are interested and very supportive of those 2 departments. Yeah, so just kind of more fun stuff. I know the water department too with their survey, so we had just under 55,000 impressions for that survey, so I would be curious to see how many people actually did it out of that number, because obviously we don't have that many people that live here that should be taking it, but it was served up at least that many times. So yeah, so we just keep posting our post and trying to get people interested in what's going on in Lamar's. Next page is a 5-year overview of the city facilities that I am in charge of. So you can see we continually or steadily kind of climbing back up. Honestly, these numbers are still not back up to pre-COVID, but they are increasing year over year. So 296 events were coordinated through me last year in those areas. So when I say coordinated, that's everything from booking, touring, paying, what are your needs, stage, AV, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So continuing to kind of get back to pre-COVID. We also do the hotel motel grants. So actually last year there were 7 projects and $34,800 were granted out to those projects. And we actually just did meet last night for this year's cycle. So those will be coming to you next council meeting for your approval, I guess I could say. Let's see. And then that last page, just again, we partner with the state of Iowa on information on who's coming, how long are they staying here, what days are they staying here, how many nights are they spending, or are they just here for a few hours. This data is actually, a visitor is considered someone that is from at least 50 miles away and it spends at least 2 hours in Lamar's. Their territory map is a little bit different than what your traditional marketing map is. So like Sioux City isn't technically 50 miles away. However, that territory does go all the way up to the Minnesota border. So sometimes it's kind of hard to tell exactly where they're coming from. But yeah, you look at the territories and try to align where maybe you're spending your marketing dollars in those specific areas.
It's all cell phone tracking, right?
Yes, I know, it's pretty creepy,
Not
I
the
think.
cameras that Kevin was
Yeah,
talking
no,
about.
not those. But geofencing, all that kind of good stuff. Cell phones are pretty creepy. So we do, like I said, we partner with the state of Iowa and pay for that information to help us kind of see where they're coming. And interesting, actually, from last year to this year, Sioux City and Omaha actually flipped. So Omaha last in 2023 was our #1 visitor group that was coming, and so I hope that means that we're finally getting more of those people out of the Sioux City area, because they've been harder group to get just to come a little bit to the north. So yeah, also I thought one thing that was interesting from 23 to 24 is Saturday has generally been our busier day as far as overnights, and it is Monday last year. So that makes me look more at, is there something going on construction-wise, railroad-wise? Is that when our bigger industries are having their meetings, that people would be coming in from out of town? So kind of things to look at when you're just kind of checking out what's happening. I know the year when we had all the railroad stuff that was going on, it was like weekday was crazy and then the weekends totally died off. So yeah, so there's more things to look at on who the visitor is, not just necessarily from a tourism standpoint. So, and then the bottom half there is just kind of, you can see the numbers. Again, those are the people that are from 50 miles away and here for 2 hours. So it's a great snapshot. It doesn't take into account any of your local people that are participating in our events and things like that. So we had approximately 88,000 visitors last year with under those parameters, and then yeah, 66.2% spent at least one night here. We don't know with this data if that means they're actually in our hotel spending their money, which pays for us to continue to do these things, or if they're at your mom's dad's house. So we haven't got quite drilled down to that level yet.
What's the trend of that figure? I mean, is that going up or down, or
for hotels?
Or just visitors, 88,000 visitors?
We're pretty consistent yet. Sometimes it surprises me when I go back and I look, like ice cream days as an example. So as a person that's behind the scenes doing all the grunt work and it looks like there's all these people there, when you look at the actual visitor number, again, under those parameters, there's not a lot of movement yet. Okay. But when looking at it, it looks like there's a lot of people. So hoping that means that there's more locals that are attending those type of events, or they're just, maybe they're from Remsen and they're not going to pick up in this data necessarily. So very small incremental increases at this point. Okay. So, but those events, kind of the structure of them has changed also over the last couple years. So where now there's like a marketing team, and there's like a group that just does volunteers and, you know, things like that. So I think that more of those, they become organized and focused on, you know, instead of trying to do everything, we'll continue to see numbers go up.
Sure.
So theoretically, some of these visitors could just be people coming to work every day?
Yes, 100%.
And you run the official Lamar's Facebook?
Yeah, the official one, not the parody one. Yeah, that one's still people when you, because I check it out every once in a while. I'm like, what are they putting out there? The amount of people that still think that one is real. I'm like, come on. Do you really think we're going to put that out there? But it is kind of comical sometimes, I can't lie. All right, any questions?
Thanks, Jessica.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Golf course.
Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for the opportunity to talk a little bit about the golf course. My name is Brian Schultz. I am the general manager. I was hoping the groundhog didn't see a shadow 2 days ago, but it seems like it quickly went the other way, temperature-wise, and last week was great for us. Kind of let us get out there and look at the course, look at the turf. We did haul a little bit of water, kind of just to take a look at a couple of the greens that we kind of have some issues with sometimes in the summer that get drier than others, but everything looks good that way, so a little update that way for you guys for 2025. I kind of broke my report down to kind of a 2-month kind of periods, what we do, what we find things to do for us out there, keep us busy in the wintertime. We do a lot of things behind the scenes, January, February, usually a lot of reel maintenance, mower maintenance, fixing bearings, servicing carts, stuff like that, maybe taking some education. Last year, we had the big snowstorm in the beginning of January. That kind of limited us to a lot of things outside last year. The ground never really froze back after the snow melted. We had that fog week, and by that time it was 35 degrees every day, and we didn't trim any trees. This year, I think many of you have probably seen we've trimmed a lot more. So they're out there today they're back out there today working along the river again, and so I mean there's going to be a lot of good things this year come out of that. So going into March and April, last year we kicked off March 1st, we were open. Not for the season per se, but we had people out there. Golf-wise, we started mowing green shortly after, not on a daily basis, but kind of clean things up. The year before, 2023, it was April 2nd. So, I mean, things can change that. March and April can go kind of sideways. So kind of went through, listed membership-wise from 2024, 2023. You can see an increase in 14 between couples, singles. Students were up 4 from 2023. Green fees were up 10,000. The big thing with that was we were closed for 8 days in 2024. 2023 it did not rain ever. We didn't hardly have any rainouts. 2024 we had the flood. So that kind of affected everybody. But we were still up about $10,000. And there was no increase in the fee.
What do you account that to? Because that is one that I saw. I mean,
there's more and more people playing since COVID.
More interest in golf?
We are pretty much available with 27 holes.
Okay.
I mean, the people, I could ask 10 people that live on the golf course, and they see over and over the amount of people that just keep going by. It is busy all the time.
Okay.
I think some of it too, I know Two Rivers only had 9 holes this year. After the flood, it shut them down. There's some, I mean, we were flooded, but we were back open in 8 days.
Right.
We do have a pretty good word of mouth right now too that kind of, I mean, it's going, I mean, Lamar's is a good golf course. I mean, people enjoy playing the golf course. They can get there, they can get on, it's easy to get to. And I think actually, Sioux City-wise, you know, on the north end of Sioux City, there's not a lot available, so it's an easy drive up the bypass. So, I mean, people can get there to the golf course pretty quickly, so.
And it's much more affordable than Sioux City.
Correct. Our rates are cheaper than any other courses in Sioux City, so. Any of the 18-hole comparable, I mean, Sioux City doesn't really have a 27-hole course, but comparable-wise, that way we are. High school meets, weather-wise, like I say, we opened March 1st. By April, it was windy, colder. High school meet seemed like every meet they had was not good. We had a bunch of reschedules, made it through. May and June. May is usually when the grass really starts growing, density-wise is up, the leaves start coming on the trees. And we had all the rain this spring. I mean, we were like, once April hit, the farmers started planting, it started to rain. It rained all the way through May. We really didn't lose a lot though. It rained at the right time. It seemed like the rain went in the ground. And the creek got bank full, I think 3 times. We were like, it's gonna come out, and it never did. And so we lucked out. May and June kind of, we start leagues in May. So I just kind of went through the different league nights, what we have. 2-person scramble nights on Monday night, they take up 9 holes. Ladies are on Tuesday night, they take up 18 holes. Men are on Wednesday nights, they take up 18 holes. And then Thursday we have men's league on 9 holes. So there's always opportunities to play. It's just, I mean, that's a big thing. People can come out and play 9 holes. Then junior started, once school got out, I think we had 108 this year again signed up for the program. Pretty consistent wise. We did have, we hosted kind of a junior tournament with Dan and through the Northwest Iowa. It was kind of that Northwest Iowa Junior Tour. I went to a different, like Akron, Remsen, Brunsville. We had the end of the year kind of tour championship. We had Orange City looking at Sioux Center this year. And I think we had Marcus. We had a couple of them. Rock Valley was signed up. They had the flood go through, so we had to move around there. And then Cherokee, I think, had something come up. We had to switch there. But I think we had 8